In this video, I spent 100 days farming potatoes in Minecraft and turned this one potato into this giant potato farm. And don't worry, there's more to the video than just endless potato farming. Hope you enjoy. I put on my Technoblade skin, named my world Potatoes, then got started on day 1. This world sucks. I'm in a new world and this one was pretty similar to the first one, but I could see land, so I decided to keep going. I spotted a shipwreck off in the distance, so I swam to it, and not even 2 minutes into the 100 days, we had diamonds. I hoped to find some potatoes in this village, but I didn't, so I kept moving to hope we found some in the next. Day 2 was mostly spent exploring, looking for potatoes so that I could get started on my potato farm. As the day came to an end, I found a desert temple and another diamond, but still no potatoes. More traveling on day 3, I stumbled across a mine shaft down in a ravine. I collected some iron and coal, and when I killed a zombie, this happened. Did you catch it? Because I sure didn't until I started making my way outside the mine shaft. Holy yes! I needed to set up my base next to a village if I wanted to get everything done, so I spent days 4, 5, and 6 traveling and looking for a village. Couldn't I just do it right here? Nope, I need a village. Wait, is that a village? Is that a village? Yes! There were only a few villagers in the village, so after making sure there were some, I went back across the river to where I was going to make my base and planted my first potato. I had some bones in my inventory, so that evening, using bone meal, I turned that one potato into 47. I just spent 5 days running around for the most part, so to get the most out of these 100 days, I'm going to call this day 1 instead of day 1 as day 1. While I waited for the potatoes to grow, I spent day 2 chopping down trees and trading sticks with the villagers for experience and stonks. I also made a diamond hoe with the 2 diamonds I found, because I'm farming potatoes for 100 days. Of course I made a diamond hoe. I somehow mined into a spider spawner, which is pretty neat, and I didn't break it because I could turn it into an experience farm later. I found gold, emerald, and even some diamonds in a nearby cave. That's diamond, right? I got 5. I spent the next few days chopping down trees and selling sticks to villagers for emeralds and experience points, and on day 14 I had a full set of diamond armor and some diamond tools. My potatoes continued to grow during that time, so I also expanded my potato farm a bunch. After another mining expedition for some obsidian, I found lapis and emeralds and used this cool trick to find a couple diamonds from the lapis. Day 18, I found another dungeon, this time with a zombie spawner. I also made another portal up on the surface but didn't enter yet because I wasn't ready. The next day, I made a sugarcane farm in front of my potato farm, then farmed all my grown potatoes. I had so many potatoes that I had to put some away in my chest to finish gathering them all. It took the whole rest of the day to replant them, and I finished just before the sunset. I gave some of the excess potatoes to the villagers so that they can make more little villagers, then the next day I went out to find some sheep so that I can make some more beds for them. I found the sheep pretty far out, so it took a while for me to get them all back. Finally, 7 days after making the portal, I went in. My nether spawn was terrible. The portal landed in a basalt delta where there didn't seem to be anywhere to go, no matter which direction I looked. I carefully traversed the basalt delta and made my way into a slightly less dangerous biome in the nether. I traded the little gold I had with piglins and got great pearl luck. As I continued my exploration, I found 2 nether fortresses literally right next to each other. I never explored the second one though. I climbed to the top of the fortress, greeted my host, then I killed a bunch of blazes for blaze rods and some more wither skeletons before leaving. I had all I needed to beat the game right now if I wanted to. Day 25, I got back to chopping trees and selling sticks to villagers. I also started working on an automatic wool farm, but I didn't want to look up how to make it, so I spent the next 2 days trying to figure out how to get it to work. There's probably a better way to make it, but mine worked, so I wasn't changing it. Day 26, there were some loiterers in my farm, so I kindly exited them from life, then drank milk to remove the I had no cows for leather, so I bought bookshelves from the librarian to make an enchanting table. I made a nice hole underground for it to sit before going to sleep on day 28. All my potatoes had grown again, so on day 29 I farmed them up. I fed the villagers, but for some reason they were mad at each other and wouldn't make a baby for me. I moved on and got to work on doubling the size of my potato farm. I spent the next 2 days digging, placing dirt, tilling, and planting potatoes. I sold the leftovers to the villagers, then made this ugly house for the villagers to sleep in. Day 34, I bought more bookshelves, broke my ankles, then made this copper tower so I could see the copper rusting over time. On day 35, I made it to level 50 thanks to my villager trades, but it didn't last long because I enchanted my shovel so I could mine dirt more efficiently. I spent the next few days farming and selling sticks again, then came across more disgusting pillagers. I also found an amethyst geode and got a few stacks of amethyst shards. As I was shearing sheep, a creeper snuck up on me and blew up the sheep pen. I made sure to kill all the sheep that escaped and then went back to farming potatoes. I ended up planting potatoes into the night and another creeper snuck up on me and blew up some of my farm. I went to sleep after that. I broke a lot of stone hoes, then bought a new pickaxe from the villagers and got amazing enchantments on it. I named her Pixie, and it hadn't occurred to me yet that I just named the pickaxe Pixie. Day 41 was filled with more mining, dirt tilling, and hole breaking. Days 42, 43, 44, and 45 were all the same. I wanted to start working on the Iron Golem farm that night so I could get the zombie part out of the way, but I realized it would take all night to get to that point, so I went to sleep and got to work on it the next day. I spent all day working on this terrible looking railway path, then got a zombie into its little cubby that night. I made a path all the way to the village so I could steal villagers. Then I placed as many rails as I could before running out and going mining for some more iron. Why is this thing so hard to hit? After getting my first villager, I mined some more sand for glass, then added another axolotl to my collection. I hope you guys say goodbye to your families, because you're never going to see them again. The zombie was really quiet for some reason, then I realized that I didn't name the zombie. I managed to get the zombie into the hole and made sure to name it this time. I wanted to name it Dinnerbone at first, but then I thought of an even better name. I was close to finishing the iron farm when I realized the villagers were in the wrong place. I would have finished that night, but phantoms started attacking me, so I went to sleep. Day 53, I finished the Iron Golem farm, only to have the Iron Golem one-shot the zombie through the wall, after I removed the staircase. Luckily, I had more name tags. Finally done. Please work. Yes! I didn't do much on day 55, and then I started expanding my potato farm even more on day 56. I kept farming and expanding it until day 64 because I was planning to defeat the Enderdragon. Shulker boxes and an elytra were going to make potato farming a whole lot easier. Day 65, I made the Eyes of Ender, got some beds, then left for the end. I had to travel almost 3,000 blocks to reach the stronghold. I even found an ocean monument on the way. The portal room wasn't too hard to find because of a ravine cutting through a lot of the stronghold. I put the eyes in the portal, then after some slight detours, I jumped in. And just like that, I defeated the Enderdragon. I'm not a speedrunner, but I did know how to one-cycle. I also forgot torches to get the dragon egg, but luckily you can still retrieve it with the bed. I'm glad I didn't accidentally blow myself. That would have been bad. Day 68, I went out to the End Islands. I was expecting this giant end city with an end city ship right out the portal, but sadly, I saw nothing. I had to travel over 1,000 blocks to reach this small thing, but at least I got some shulker shells and some decent loot. I really wish it were bigger. That's what she said. On day 71, I needed more lapis and diamonds because who doesn't need more diamonds, so I went to a nearby cave that went all the way down to diamond level. I really wish I had my microphone on for this part because I sounded so funny as I explored this cave. I'll try to reenact it as best I can. Lapis! Oh my gosh, more lapis! More lapis! Oh my goodness, diamonds! More diamonds! Holy crap, more diamonds! More diamonds! Oh my gosh! Yeah, I was in that cave for less than 15 minutes and I found a stack of diamonds. I expanded the farm a bit more on days 74, 75, and 76. My diamond hole's durability started to get low, so I made a new one that merged the two together and named it Paris Hole. Then I slept with Paris Hole. I encountered more pillagers, then drank goat's milk for the first time to get rid of the bad omens. After that, I started collecting everything I need for an automatic potato farm. I stole 2 more villagers from the village, then got to work. It was really annoying getting the Fletcher into his spot. He really didn't want to be there for some reason. I eventually got him in, as well as the other villager, and finished the farm. It wasn't the fastest, but I plan to expand it in the future. Over the next few days, I expanded my farm some more. Then afterwards, I killed some pillagers that were staring at me. I headed back to my base to get a milk bucket and remove the effect, and I fought the first wave off pretty easily, and since I didn't know how raids work, I thought it would end here, but then there was another. I tried to fight this wave off too, but oh my god, they do a lot of damage. I built up to heal a little bit, then after a few seconds, I jumped back down to deal with it. I finished that wave and hopefully it will be over after that one, but nope. I ran as fast as I could to get my golden apples out of my chest. This wave had a rabbit. Another wave? This wave was pretty easy because they were in the water, but I couldn't find the last one no matter how hard I looked. My brother told me that apparently bells help you find them, but I still didn't see it anywhere. I eventually found it the next day, and surely this would be the last one. What? As I retreated to recover my hearts, I watched as they killed the villagers that I worked so hard to get into that farm. I won the raid without dying, but at what cost? Anyway, I started farming and selling potatoes to make the most of the low prices the hero of the village effect was giving me. Day 90, I got some new villagers in the potato farm. The farmer villager eventually disappeared for some reason, but I was almost done with the 100 days at this point, so I didn't care. I spent days 91 to 95 expanding my farm one last time before I started getting ready to defeat the Wither on day 96. I got a power 3 bow, then got to work on making some strength potions. These things are this easy to make. On day 99, I went to the nether to collect the remaining skeleton heads I needed for the Wither. I made a few more gapples to be safe, then set sail to a good location to fight the Wither. I found a plains biome not too far from my village, but far enough that they wouldn't somehow be killed by the Wither. Hopefully. Oh, that's cool. My first time defeating the Wither was a success. Now that I had the Nether Star, I went back to my base and turned all my iron, diamonds, and emeralds into blocks to make a beacon. It'd be close, but it looked like I had enough to make the whole beacon. Let me just... If you enjoyed this video, watch this next video showing on your screen right now. Also remember to like and subscribe with notifications on so that you'll be notified when I post amazing content like this.